so much for joining me. My name is Trish. I am an ambulatory wheelchair user, and I use this channel to show you what my day-to-day life is like. We're going to talk honestly today. Having a disability can make day-to-day tasks a lot harder. It can make life a lot harder in general, but it doesn't mean that life can't be enjoyable. As someone who has been disabled for over 13 years, I can assure you that it is totally possible to enjoy life while conquering those everyday battles that come with being disabled. Whether you're newly disabled or have been disabled for a while, there is always something that can be adjusted to make life easier. In this video, I will not be telling you that your disability doesn't limit life. I do not subscribe to that kind of toxic positivity. By definition, disability does limit life. It limits what you can do. Sometimes it limits where you can go. What I will be doing is speaking honestly on my experience as a disabled person, a disabled mom, even a disabled traveler and disabled content creator. I do have some insights and advice that I'd like to share on how I stay happy and active despite my disabilities and chronic illnesses. I'd love to hear from some of my fellow warriors. As you watch this video, please leave a comment with any questions or thoughts you have. Let's come together and share how we conquer the battles that we fight living in a world that is not designed for us. When you become disabled, the first thing you need to do to live a fulfilling life is accept your new reality. This is a hard one, ladies and gentlemen. It was hard for me. I don't know anyone who it came easily to, honestly. If you weren't born with a disability, accepting that your life has forever changed is a process. It can take a long time, and that is totally okay. It is perfectly healthy to grieve the person you used to be and to grieve the future that you won't have now. In this new life, there are tons of rules and realities you have to face. You have to understand and accept that your body doesn't do the things it did before. When you don't come to terms with your limitations, it can lead to pain, aggravation, and even injury. So don't do that. For me, the hardest thing to accept has always been that I don't have as much independence as I used to. I am an independent person. I do not like asking other people for help. I do not like waiting for someone to go places I want to go. There are many times where I have to admit that I need help, and that is okay. I'll talk about that a little more later in this video, but right now I want to leave you with that it is okay to ask for help. Once you accept your limitations, you can work around them. You can learn to adapt, and that greatly increases your quality of life. I can tell you that since I really started embracing my mobility issues and embracing mobility aid use, I am a happier person. I get to travel more. I get to go more places just from day to day. There were stores that I hadn't been into forever because I couldn't walk around in them. So instead of admitting I couldn't walk around in them, I was just skipping it. And that is not a way to live. Now I just get my wheelchair out of the trunk and I go in. In my case, a mobility aid and realizing my limitations has definitely given me more independence. So my advice to you is embrace your new normal. Find creative solutions to work around the problems you're facing. This is a very individualized journey, so I can't tell you where to start. All I can do is give you examples. The next thing that makes life a lot easier as a disabled person is finding the right doctors. Doctors are a key part of your support system. Sometimes it feels like I'm living in a bad soap opera full of medical drama. Seriously. Getting bounced from doctor to doctor, it's a pain. It's frustrating. Sometimes I feel like getting to the right doctors is more a hindrance than any of my mobility issues. When you have rare conditions like I do, some doctors would rather brush you off than admit that they don't know about your condition. Thankfully, I have found a great core team. I have a wonderful gastroenterologist that is willing to admit when he doesn't know what's going on. I have a wonderful PCP, but it wasn't always that way. I really had to search for these people. I fired a lot of doctors. It is absolutely okay to look for a new provider if you feel like yours is not doing their job. It can be a hassle, but it is worth it. I know this is getting long, but I only have a few more things I want to talk about. Next up is making sure your home is accessible and safe. Making your home accessible and safe can be overwhelming, especially if you live in an older house like I do. Investing in the right equipment is key, and I know this is a privilege that not everyone has. Medical equipment should never be a luxury, but sometimes it is. I have a power chair that I had to purchase by myself. And I did that because I wanted one of the lightweight travel chairs. It's 50 pounds, so I can't lift it, but I wanted to make it easier for my friends and family to lift. Now, I got that several years ago, and I got it when I could walk some around my house and into like small grocery store trips and such, but I couldn't do distances. Things have progressed a bit since then with my joints, and they're more unstable now. So now I use a custom manual chair. But at that time, having this lightweight electric chair that fit in the trunk was such a blessing. Like, it was life-changing. And I realized that that is a privilege. It was a luxury item, and that's just sad to me. Things like wheelchairs, walkers, ramps, shower chairs make a big difference. Make sure you talk to both your doctor and your insurance company to see what you can get covered. I did not have high hopes of getting a custom manual chair covered. I knew it would increase my independence, but I wondered if it would get covered. It was a very long process, but it actually got covered 100%. I did not have to pay anything out of pocket for it. So check into those things. Don't go without because you think you can't afford it. Also, don't forget small things like grab bars in your bathroom, reachers. Now, this isn't a matter of home accessibility, but even like dressing aids, sock aids, things like that can make a big difference in your life. And those things typically aren't super expensive. There is some accessibility that's free. Go through your home and see what can be moved around to make things easier to access. It sounds simple, but it can make a big difference. I am almost done. The last thing I want to talk about is don't be afraid to use your support system. You have people that love you. Sometimes it's family, sometimes it's friends. Sometimes it's friends that have become family. The world is a scary place if you're a disabled person and don't have a support system. Do not be afraid to ask for help. I said it earlier in the video, I'll say it again. Ask for help when you need it. I struggle with this. So if you're watching this video, I know there's a good chance you struggle with it too. For those of us who have never had to rely on people before, it's a hard thing to adjust to. You understand your disability better than anyone else, so let others know how they can help you. If you're feeling unsupported, it may not be that others don't want to help, it's that others don't know how to help you. It is also really important to find someone close to you that you can just talk to, someone that you can vent to on a bad day, someone that understands. If that person is also disabled or has a chronic illness, that really helps. If you don't have any friends or family that understand, try a support group. I will not tell you that disability doesn't define your life, because it does. It becomes part of you, and that is just a reality. However, you do not have to let anyone, including yourself, make you feel inferior, or that you're not perfectly capable of living a happy life. Just because you need to do things differently doesn't mean you can't do them at all. Take small steps every day to build up your confidence, to get used to your limitations, and don't forget to be kind to yourself. Just remember not to underestimate yourself as you push through this journey. I know this video got long, so thank you for sticking with me. If you are new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Not only do I do videos like this, but I also visit theme parks, unique stores, and so much more. when I visit a place, I go over the accessibility, and I really just try to show it to you how I view it as a disabled person. I have so much to share with you in the near future, so I do hope to see you again. But for now, it's time to say goodbye.